watching the 2024 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Yash Technologies.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome back to Minor League Cricket 2024 presented by Yash Technologies. As the curtains rise, you and me eagerly anticipate these two teams locking horns against one another one more time because we couldn't get enough of them yesterday. What a match that was. We could not have enough of them playing all together yesterday. Different conditions, different time of the day, but the very same stadium, Grand Prairie, Texas. Taking mark as Mukhtar and Hero Milanta. Both of them had a pretty solid partnership last night. We may be going with a little recap what happened yesterday, but the good thing about the game is that we restart. That's why it's a fresh game altogether. Renewed enthusiasm, renewed motivation, and they will be determined and with a new willpower altogether again. And we've got Harish Kakani who will open the bowling for Dallas Giants. They've elected to bowl first again, Dallas Giants, after winning. Similar to yesterday, there are no changes except for two, one from Dallas Giants and one from Houston Hurricanes. From Dallas Giants, Prathmesh Ajay Pawar comes in for Jun Mahesh, and Houston Hurricanes have brought in Ansh Boji. They've made skill changes, thinking to make a mark. This will be a good question in one-on-one on board. So the equilibrium is all set. And the same scale, this is going to be a knockout punch. One of the teams surely will land. We're waiting for the signal from the umpire, Mukhtar Ahmed, who's been a little silent yesterday, enjoying Lahiru Milanta's fireworks, would want to join the party. Pretty explosive in the power play. And there we are, ready all together. We'll start with the freebie. The pitch may be different just because you see a little lively grass, and playing in the afternoon, it may be a little varied from what we've seen last night. We've seen an over from Noor Baksh yesterday, how difficult it gets under the lights here to control the ball, but that breath of air beating off this slip in position. Harish Kakani would want to beat that outside off again and again, forcing Mukhtar Ahmed to. What a game. He would have gone back to hotel room day, back to his place, and he would have told his friends and family how brilliant he was. 13 required and 6 balls, 13 required. One can think about the opportunity to rotate the strike, take just singles, doubles as early as possible. This man was cool as a cucumber. Stands tall, push the gap, and that'll be the first boundary to open the scorecard for Houston Hurricanes from the bat, and comes from Mukhtar Ahmed's bat. He's not going to miss on those opportunities. It's just stand and deliver for Mukhtar Ahmed. No real threat. He might be the strike bowler, but very different condition yesterday. Just because he was a little expensive, but then after the ball was old, when he was brought back to attack the batters, he was much more disciplined on his line. And one of the strike bowlers for Dallas Giants. This is 5. They had a good start yesterday too, but they could not convert it, could not big run, and this maybe something that'll be on their mind. Flashing blade and sees that. That's a catch. What a cracker here. They're not going to miss on that opportunity. They've shown yesterday and they're carrying the same momentum with the same aggressive approach. Nothing missing on the field this time. Great support from the fielder inside the circle. Taking a diving catch, sending Mukhtar Ahmed again. One more time, Mukhtar being sent back to pavilion cheaply. What a catch that was. Once the replay starts rolling, you can see that, not real time. It was hit hard towards the fielder, a diving catch, a low dive. That'll make a difference. Matthew Tromp. The partnership from yesterday, Lahiru Milanta was set his foot on the pedal, was looking for some support from Joshua Tromp, but Matthew Tromp promoted up the order today. It was Joshua Tromp who joined Lahiru Milanta. Let's see how long before they get Lahiru Milanta and his wicket. Taking his mark, taking strike from the middle stick. Played good cricket, Matthew Tromp. 4 matches, 20 runs, 3 wickets. Baffling him. Great line and length, great control. Might be it was just the lights adding a little sparkle on the ball, putting a little movement here and there. Once it subsided, it gets comfortable for the bowlers to control the ball when it gets old. But match at Grand Prairie will be a different thing. Leaves that alone, let that pass to keeper's pouch, and that ends the over. Successful one when considering from Giants' view. An over, 5 runs and a wicket.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Those of you who've just joined us, Dallas Giants have won the toss and they've elected to bowl first. Would like to chase. It's Saurav Patwal. Against Lahiru Milanta. It did not take him long to get his vehicle started. Once he's all revved up, it is going to be just fraction of seconds that you'll see ball flying across around the ground. Even the spectators yesterday might have needed helmets, but then comes we'll have to bowl that one again. Okay, nothing short of experience, a resourceful player, and for Houston Hurricanes. Leaves that one. Going astray, will have to adjust his line. Would want to tune in. Extras was something. Is that too wide, trying to attack him, making him force, but the angle where he's coming from around the stump hander will want to use her wider side to make him drive. There's the cut to the fielder. No easy runs yesterday. We might have seen the last over 13 required there, and Harish Kakani, who's come in clutch for them at the right time, right moment, might think about the extras that they've conceded. They'd want to tighten it because extras is something that at times may go with heavy penalty on the team. Straight back to the bowler. He saved himself up. In the right time, he guns down. Difficult when you've got to follow through. When the ball's coming at you, it's got to put whatever you can. He got a blistering 38 runs yesterday with batting it out with 364s, 181 his regular day at office. Lahiru Milantha played for Washington Freedoms season MLC. This is at the Grand Prairie. Gets inside part of the bat. Should rotate the strike and will the way he's played cricket over the years fascinates me. A lot of franchises, players, different dressing rooms. It is marvelous to see how he brings different diversity experience around the globe that he's played. For Sri Lanka, he's been in Tamil Nadu, Tamil Union Cricket Athletic, Texas Super Kings, Sri Lanka Board President 11 as well. The star mark of the player is that the other players in his company start performing better. It's not about the individuality, it's about the team effort. So that that was shown yesterday before Milantha perished when his Matthew Tromp, brother-in-arm, brother Joshua Tromp was there. He was trying to communicate, ease his nerves. That's the of a player. It's just not about you. You make the other players perform better. Going there, that's a little too wide. There was a deflection. The umpire took a little time to give that one away. Having swing. This has been real struggle yesterday with Nurbaksh to find his rhythm. That's when they had to replace Nurbaksh bowling before he took a wicket. Beating outside off, that's good. Forcing him, trying to come forward. Keeper's catch. Mukhtar Ahmed, but this time with the flashing blade, he chose to give it to the fielder at point. Point and extra covers inside the circle. So far, 9 scored, going steadily, just because they've lost a wicket. And reminder about the power play till 6 overs. Straight up there between the stumps. Will only find the fielder. And another over goes by. 2 overs down, 9 runs with 1 wicket.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Will be continued by Harish Kakani. And the time needs as a clutch player, not easy to contribute with ball and bat. But he's done that, has shown us. And with that, there's immense amount of pressure. Has clipped that away. into the gap, but we'll only get 1, 2 fielders. They've chosen a deep square leg. One of the fielders outside the circle to protect the boundary in the power play. Wasn't a problem to pick the ball. Anything up is dangerous to Lahiro Milanta. He did not have to think twice. No confusions yesterday. With a lucid mind, he was able to strike the ball all cleanly. But one shot which captured in my head is he flicking the ball. Spy leaves that, comes down, leaves that 19-year-old Matthew Trump. He's played for Los Angeles Knight Riders and Seattle Orcas. A lot of potential, great platform, great opportunity. This time, want to give that lead to the team here. Would want to knock out Dallas Giants with his uppercut. Taking the leading edge down to left and right combination is one of the key areas that the team Dallas Giants have struggled, especially the new bowlers adjusting to Milanta, adjusting their line and length against this southpaw. By playing at this stature, playing at this level, a lot will be expected because Harish Kakani is giving them the platform, is keeping the line tight. Gives that flight. No way the fielder is going to get that. The ball has enough power and legs to go to the fence, and 4 runs. Brilliantly played. I doubt anyone's going to dare. It's just like a helicopter on the sideways. See Mahindra going up and over the fielders, down, but this is sideways. It gives him the power. It's give him that whip. When you're in Texas, how can you forget the Cowboys? This time deliberately played late. Smart cricket after a bat of the strike. Let the other batter take some responsibility. That was a superb shot though. Just like a whip. They need to figure out a way, as long as Milanta is there on the crease, there's some signs of danger. There's always threat. Once they've got him, it was just matter of time that the middle order collapsed. That was quite appalling to see the middle order 4 zeros from 4 of the batters. Nicely played, got back into position. He's put that in the gap, was back of the length, had to be punished, and he dealt with it rightly. Back of the length, there's no pace. He read that early. There's no deep mid wicket. He just had to put the ball away. 3 overs completed. A good over. 12 come from the second over of Harish Kakani. 3 overs done, 20 runs. Akash, the captain, discussing with Shubham Ranjane. There's the man. Your Hurricanes might have been lame about his performance to the captain, that how good he was in his overs. 5 wickets, 25 runs, 10 balls. It only gets better with Shubham Ranjane, with his all-round ability. This guy side of him always brings out when he comes to team. Might be a little harsh. And there's that question. He's always in debates with the umpire, saying that the swing taking the ball might be a little too harsh because the ball's swinging after pitching. This is going to be a good battle between Milanta and Shubham Ranjane. Yesterday he got him out once at the boundary. A task, good matchup, good pair. Using feed, he's saying no, single, he wants to come back. There's nowhere there. They could have taken a run, would have been risky. One run for a wicket. I don't think so. They want to trade that. A risky trade, not fruitful. 4 zeros with Ali Sheikh. Matthew Trump was dismissed for a golden duck. Matthew Trump, Rafiq. As that middle order that collapsed for the Hurricanes. After the start they've got yesterday, they got a little carried away. They might have thought that they take on the attack, but Shubham Ranjane having different set of plans. What intrigues me is his execution. Despite that blistering knock of Milanta, he did not back down. He was persistent attacking. Similar dismissal yesterday. There's a fielder there. He got his hand off. He uses his pace to perfection because he knows he can use the pace to opposition. Do not have to do much. Just flash his blade, throw everything what he's got at the ball. Moved across, and there it is, the bat. In the gap. Will collect 4 from there. If you've been watching yesterday's game, he outfoxed Milanta. We've seen that dismissal coming with the pace of delivery with a slower one. So anything fast is not going to shy away to hit him. The recent of the matches for Matthew Trump at Lahore, Giants and Hunters. He got 2, and then again playing for Giants against Raiders. 3 wickets for 19 runs. That was in 2002. Somewhere shown as glimpse, but will have to convert that. This is long due. The team is expecting from Matthew Trump. The backing he's been getting from the team. He'd want to pay them, would want to give them the dividends today. Especially if the Dallas Xforia Giants manage to win today, they'll seal their spot in top 2 in the table to Super Sixes. In that direction where they've got a third man inside. It only gets the points table interesting. Look at that, St. Lucia Americans. 7 matches, only 1 match to go. Dallas Xforia Giants, this is the 7th one. Winning this will bring them to 11. And another win will get them 13. So there's Chicago. It's only them. If they win, they're going to get the top spot. Firm punch. Good looking shot, but there's a fielder to keep him waiting to get off the strike. But we'll continue about the points table and how the combination is going to look after this over. 4 overs done, 27 on board.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
It's about chance and opportunity, but another different opportunity to Sankirat Battula, I guess. He's been given ball. Yes, he is. What an over he had. Very first over with the string of dots. Then went out to spend a little, got a little flexible, and it was batters who were feasting on him. Comes down, there's a fine leg there, but will only watch as the ball passes by to 4 runs. This is electrifying outfield. Yeah, very, very quick. There's no way anyone's going to hold the ball as as soon as it's been put out 30-yard circle when the power play is happening. Power play in place, only two fielders outside. Just had to tickle and rightly did so. He's not learned from that one. He's not learned his lesson from the previous delivery. Anything bowling to Milanta there is going to get the same treatment. He deserved it and rightfully so. Just clipping off, as stylish as it gets. And there's that concern from the ump to walk in that red area, the danger spot on the pitch. No way, no way he's doing that again and again. There's no reprieve for Sankirat Batula here. 3 times in the same direction, but even better for 6 runs this time. 14 off. You either change your line, you change your length, or that's the highlights from the hero Milanta. But that was a 6 that he scored. Leg side never a problem for Lahiru Milanta, especially batters coming off the subcontinent. It's never a problem to play on leg side. What they want to counter is the offside series, especially when it is swinging. More favorable conditions for spin than seam. So that's the area, and any batter, any world-class batter would face difficulties tackling the new ball. But that's just spoiling the old new ball to get it old and getting some hammering from Lahiru Milanta. Just matter of seconds where they were somewhere pushing a little too hard between 25s. Now it's 42. Scoreboard's changed its complexion. Looks like he's freed his arms. There's going to be no stopping before they come out. And who can do that? Yesterday it was Nurbaksh. Who's it going to be today? Let's play an MS as he says go home, and he gets his man after being hit for 2 4s and 1 6. Finally, ball straight away. That was the line that he should have tried bowling it before. And he gets his man. An expensive over, but the cost comes with Milanta's wicket. Finally, again, after quick scoring, 15 runs, 27, Milanta departs. There's that line, there's that straight line getting the inside edge. Very unlucky for Milanta, but nonetheless, the bowler will relish this and enjoy it to the full, especially after being hit for 2 4s and 6. That ends the over with some smile on Sankirat Batula's. Also, the Giants will be happy after getting the danger man out. And one more time, the team's precarious. It gets obvious from the last game they've played last night. As they've lost his wicket, all the batters were already on the back foot. There were no boundaries scored. It took them 6 overs to score a boundary which came by an inside edge. done, 43 for 2. And the man who's replacing, who makes his mark in the team, Ansh Boje. Leading edge could be a catch. What a stellar this is. This is absolute like magician trick. He lost like a boy losing marbles. And one more time, Matthew Tromp will have a heavy-hearted walk to pavilion. Saurabh Patwal, he splashed himself. It was just body floating in space and time. Look at what a catch. You don't see that regularly. Weekend special here. Just clawing in the game. No clue there. Up straight between the stumps. That's the line. That's the length we've been talking about. Saurabh Patwal will be delighted with that catch. The only fact about this one is the fielder will not get wicket on his name, but it was fielder's wicket here, not the bowler's. He did the job, but it was all left to the fielder. One Trump, another walks in. It is Joshua Trump. Let's see if he has any plans very different. And this has happened. This is not the first time the viewers will be saying with the same thing. As soon as they've lost Lahiru Milanta's wicket, it came by like a package, a little hamper. Another wicket lost. Houston Hurricanes. This might be something the team management, the coach or the captain would want to discuss with the middle order. Losing two top order batters, this has always created difficulties, hard times for the batters here now. He's looking in good flow, good rhythm. You're seeing him running free. Has got a style. Always we've seen him flex those muzzle. Saurabh Patwal. There's that inside edge of Lahiru Milanta, and that's the next wicket. As soon as Milanta was dismissed, what a catch that was. Cannot get any better. When we say that, the Giants will say the viewers to just hold up, brace themselves, sit tight. Got more tricks to exhibit here on Grand Prairie Stadium. What a team this is. Every time someone's chipped in to contribute, it's just not one. As we speak about cricket with a team effort, they've always played in unison. Somewhere it's not been a one man show with the limelight, someone stealing. It was Shubham Ranjane yesterday with 5 wickets. Then came Harish Kakani with his a 4 2 run, 2 6s to finish off the innings. Today, look at the fielding effort. And indifferent from the batting team Houston Hurricanes, they might think of something better, especially when you've got a fight to put on for that possession, to position your team at the points table. Nine matches for Joshua Trump, 732 runs. Elite Junior Championship. He'll display some acrobats. He's got a good record in T20 matches. He's played 28 matches, averaging 36. At least the team can score if he's able to contribute today. He'll have a good batting stand. And Mind you, it was a tough game, yeah, especially with the way Houston Hurricanes was bowling, going down the leg. Houston Hurricanes bowler did not back down. Most of his dismissals, 20 times that he's been dismissed, he's been caught out. Even yesterday, that added to the tally, 7 times being bowled. He's not a big fan of exposing the stumps. That's been put in gap into the offside. We'll come back for the second one. Majority of the times, Joshua Trump's been dismissed between 0 to 10 runs, and once he gets past that mark, it gets easy because he scores more runs once he's past this passage. Some flying hat in the background. The conditions look nice and windy. A warm day that you'd expect. Beating outside of again. This has been redundant from bowlers. They're not losing onto that line. However, the over comes to end after 6 overs. They're batting on 48, 3 wickets down.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
That one wicket will be piquing his confidence. His confidence will be higher after taking a wicket of Lahiru Melanta on the last ball of his over. Oh, that's beautiful. That's an absolute beauty. He says go home. That's his assault there. Sankirat Batula will be on a hat trick here. From the last ball, he's picked up a wicket. That's a dismissal, but not so soft for Ansh Boje. There's that dismissal for Ansh Boje. Beating the outside edge, he knew immediately that he's guilty. And the umpire wastes no time to send off Ansh Boje. That's 4 wickets. The same story continues here. The Dallas Giants, they might have not grown tired of picking wickets, but Houston Hurricanes, they would be tired of the batting order collapse. 4 wickets down, just a matter of time till the tail is exposed. Saif Badr, the captain, walks in. Even yesterday as well, when you see the batting, how it happened, after losing quick wickets, there was no real intent from the batters to score any runs. There's no approach, they're just trying to defend, they're very defensive, not on front foot, there's no countermeasure. There has to be a plan. There has to be a plan. You need to find out a bowler. You cannot go after one specifically, but at least try to push the ball in the gap, rotate the strike, and then that's how identify a loose ball coming to you, and that's when you get the boundaries as well. One odd boundary definitely help you, but not every ball is going to be a boundary. Last night when you'd see the batting effort, you'd say pretty lackadaisical from the middle order after its collapse. Lovely ball onto the stumps. It's been easy like snake shredding its skin. It's been that easy for the Giants to get hold of the middle order. For most of the teams winning, they cannot purely rely on top order. If you see the teams winning, you see even at the top scorers as well in Central Division from St. Lucia, it's Noman Anwar who scored 186 runs. Then Justin Dill, who's scored 143 runs in 5 innings. All of them have contributed to the order. Yes, there's a top order. There's ignition that happens in the top order, but to take your ship to steer it to the harbor, it's the responsibility of the middle order batter. Could not time it. There's a fielder there. Chances for direct hit, and he's been sent back. They get a single. They have to take those risks right now to get back. With that 50 comes up for Houston Hurricanes, they have to they have to take those risks if they want to climb back in the game. They have to put some pressure on the fielders. They have to sneak runs here and there every time they get a chance. If they're getting complacent, it's just a good play. Flicking away. It's the bowlers who'll have their say from Dallas Giants. It's one team that usually gets comfortable after picking wickets as well. When you see in the last phase for Dallas Giants, I would say that unnecessarily we might have spent a little more. We could have been tighter, more rigid to and stopping those runs. We could have. They could have done a better job. There's a deflection. Of course, there might be a chance there. We'll have to wait for the official signal from the umpire. Yeah, that's a wide. It felt like there was some deflection there. It's just the swing at times that deceives you. That far way across. String his long hanging arm. Could not get hold of it, but the over ends 52-7. 4 down.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Will they continue with Saurabh Patwal? Is the or going to Shubham Ranjani, who's been resourceful in the middle overs, who's been the guiding light for the team. Saurabh Patwal, the captain, him in good rhythm. That's that's something that we would want to speak about to our viewers as well. What different could the batters do here, especially losing the early wickets? It hasn't been easy task for the batters of Houston Hurricanes. There's something that the batters may want to do different, especially with that one wicket caught on slip. I'm you may agree that that's been a standout delivery, an exceptional effort from the fielder. But apart from that, Lahiru Milanda take calculative risk and try to take the game deeper. That might be one way he might be thinking about, especially with that experience. He may always come handy to team. Is not short of experience. It's just that he needs to realize that he is a valuable asset and he needs to spend some more middle. It's just not that he's definitely having impact on the game, but it's transient, fading away too quickly because after his departure there are no much runs scored. He will have to bowl that one. Too many extras again. Talk about free runs. Team wouldn't mind Houston Hurricanes, especially at this juncture when the runs are coming in them for free. What might sting Saurabh Patwal and co is that he'll have to bowl that one after giving a run. That's much better. Talking about the batting style, is that definitely he might want to think that calculated aggression might give him some results too, because when you see him batting, he's got that reach to every part, every nook and corner of the ground. But then when he fades out, there's blackout for the team here, which they'd want to avoid. Certainly, going into proceeding into Super Six, if they do so, then this is something that might become a drawback for the team. That's played nicely. This level of, especially if you're having that drawback, that weakness, when the opposition knows about this, definitely exploit it, and they'll be coming at you strong. When there's one man scoring, it's going to get difficult because there are 11 against 1. So they need to share the work. They need to decide that jacked back in a little, played with soft hands, that will give them. Look at that. Despite having a fielder there, timing has been timing it good, but use of soft hands that can help them gain singles and doubles as well. Singles, the strike rotation has been in dearth. An extra in this over that brings them to 4, but with one ball remaining, let's see what's going to be the outcome. That's been put in the gap should come back for at least another one. Great fielding from a tall man bending down, and yes, they complete 2 runs. End of the over. 8 overs, 57 on 4 wickets, 59.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Shubham Ranjane was quite ravenous yesterday. He had eaten up five of the bat Houston Hurricanes. 1 over 7 runs. He does not like to go wicketless most of the games that he's bowled. Oh, that's a swinger. That's curving like a banana coming in. They'll have to go through this test against Shubham Ranjane. He's a part of Seattle Orcas, part of Rajasthan Royals. takes a turn sharply. What you'd see is that the way he contributes every time that he's come in, at least overs, he's got that reputation, he's set that impression that he strikes. It will be interesting to see something lurking around the corner that we anticipate. But the plans of Shubham Ranjane, only he knows how will he execute them. Beating outside off, he's got his hands on his mouth. Surprised, quite surprised by that one. Don't know how he's missed that. There was a little verbal exchange yesterday from Saif Badr and Shubham Ranjane. The body language has stayed benign, but there's a little fiery side we've mentioned about Shubham Ranjane, always putting the best foot forward for the team. He comes with that enthusiasm to do better than the previous game that he's done. His previous career has played 15 first-class games, scored 595, with 76 being his highest. With bat and ball equivalent talents. Effort there. Great fielding effort inside the circle, but still that will not stop the batters from taking a single. Out of 12 matches, he's only got the opportunity to bowl in only one match for Seattle Orcas. 6 balls and just 6 runs. Even at the bigger international stage, his miser. With that dot, the over ends. 9 complete. We are almost approaching the halfway of innings. Dallas Giants winning the toss and electing to bowl on this afternoon.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Somewhere we would also want to look at as well, just because of the lengthiness. Yesterday, we are past the clock. These may want to also focus. They're trying to rush the bowlers, especially because we are past almost an hour too. This is the 10th over. Usually the premise set. Abhinav Chaudhary. He'll open the attack for the first time in today's game. Straight back to him, no real movement from the batter. There's that number 3 for Sankeet Battula. 6 matches and taking 12 wickets. Topping him, we've got Muhammad Ilyas from St. Louis Americans and Ujjwal Venakota from the same team. 7 matches and 14 wickets, 14, 13 and 12. They are in sequence. There's that wide one. Extras has been something that the team would want to work on, especially at this stage, giving free runs. They're trying to choke put the pressure on. They're trying to choke the opposition, but that extra run, it gives them the edge at times, and the bowlers may not get that hold what they're looking for. 122 runs for 5 matches, 46 being his best, 42. Slow is walking down, he'll complete the single. A little slow again, they might be getting into a situation. They may want to steer the ship, they may want to take their jet a little ahead, especially the way they are batting. Even yesterday, we told that 133 what they scored could have been sufficient if they were looking a little more intent from the batters in the middle in the overs. Just because they were 133 and the team scored, the Giants had to score only 13 of the last over. So some say that if we had at least 5 more runs or 6 more runs in the bank, the outcome would have been different. And this is the time where they can change. The past is long gone, but what they can learn from their past is how to improve. And if this is how it is going to be, I'll be surprised seeing Houston Hurricanes as a very formidable unit, not overcoming what they faced yesterday. Beats the outside edge this time. His footwork does not help him. And that's over. 165. We're back after drinks break. 10 overs, 65. Dallas Giants winning the toss and electing to bowl. Seems like Chaitanya Bishnoi will bowl his first over. He was quite outstanding last night with 2 wickets. Not a big turner of the ball. He knows when to put that rev, turn his finger on the ball. What a wicket yesterday it was, not every day. It's not a genuine. You'd say that there's very little, but it was his brilliance that he put less effort on the finger. It just took a little hint of turn and hitting the top of off. And the batter was awestruck by his delivery. That was when he started bowling, and later Shubham Ranjane partnering along with him. They eviscerated the batting lineup. But what would reduce, especially the pain for Houston Hurricanes here with the runs, and be friendly to them is just trying to push the ball in the gap. And there's the other from the umpire's cam. That's difference. It's been hit hard and hard for 4 runs, I presume, and 6 runs. Yes, it is. There's the first big one from Joshua Trump. Finally, something to rejoice upon for the fans of Houston Hurricanes here. It was not big, pretty flat. They need that boundary. Certainly do something for. This is much better. Saying home, but the umpire's given him out. Saif Badr is certainly not happy. Definitely is fuming over the decision of the umpire. However, the umpire's given him out. Let's push that in the gap. Matthew Trump was quick. He was falling a little bit. First run was taken slowly from him. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It was his first. The ball was dropped out. No ball in hand. Definitely very animated and not happy. Just shown on the replay. If we can see that replay, you can see that it was pushed by Joshua Trump when he's coming back from the umpire's angle. You can see from there, it feels like he's got the ball in his hand. That's the angle. That's why, from a different angle, if you take a look from the different angle, just because we have the luxury looking at a different angle from here as well, the viewers can see that. If you were in the position of the umpire, you would say that that is out. It's a different angle that gives you more clarity. But when you see from the angle what was shown before, not from the umpire's cam, but the actual camera, you can see that the bowler Chaitanya Bishnoi had never really had ball in his. The ball did not make contact with the stumps. Not conclusive, but nonetheless, there's one of the angles again. There's the ball. The umpire might have thought that yes, he has the ball in his hand. There's the other angle we are talking about. There it. He drops it before the ball making contact with the stump. Thing you got to feel for Saif Badr, but difficult choice for the umpire. From once he felt that it is out. Harsh call. At the certain times, the umpire's always been in the barrage, in the firing line for the critics. This opens up the board, the forum for discussion from the viewers as well. May the umpire had the opportunity to discuss with the leg umpire. Maybe he might have seen something better from that angle. Was there any scope for the umpire to discuss with the leg umpire first and then give it out? All we can do is that just question with odds, but nonetheless, the Houston's there's one more wicket from Houston Hurricanes. This will be played again and again just because of the angle we talk about. Poor thing for Saif Badr. That's the first angle. You may see that its hand is clearly out from there. He hasn't made his ground. But the question from Saif Badr, the captain of Houston, would be that he might not have the ball in his hand when he's making contact with the stump. That might be the question that he's raised. It's Usman Rafiq who's replaced Saif Badr. He bowled beautifully yesterday. His 4 overs were very tight. Made it difficult for the opposition to breathe. Out in the middle, Usman Rafiq has got to display some tricks with the. He's got to show some shots. His scorecard looks blank, and that's a great piece of delivery. 5 wickets. The team's crumbling, struggling to get hold of a batter. Joshua Trump. No better opportunity to show his masterclass. He can show what he's made of. This is the time pressure makes you or it breaks you. You need to have that run scoring approach than running away from scoring runs between. Bigger ground. The Grand Prairie Stadium, soft hands, has played that well, managed well to sneak a single under their nose. Bigger times, bigger boundaries here at Grand Prairie. They'll have to push into the deeper pockets on the bigger side. They'll want to convert. Now, it's not going to help them if they are just playing according. They'll have to make their shots. Chisel one or two again, soft hands. Good single. At least if the scoreboard is ticking, that'll give some relief to the. They're getting some runs. On the other side, Usman Rafiq to the crease. The idea might be to put some pressure on the new batter. It's always the case when a new person walks in, even at the workplace, even at the school. You always try to get hold of the newbie just because they're new to the station. But Usman Rafiq has been in the same situation yesterday. It was Usman Shinwari who scored a 6 off Shubham Ranjane that helped them to get to that respectable total. But they were dangling between T and 110 if not from Usman Shinwari. Yes and no. They've brought the fielder up. Good approach from the captain of Dallas Giants to stop that single. The quicker you read the conditions, the quicker you assess the situation it gets for the bowling team or the batting team. It's just the nature of the game. It's so frenetic. It does not give you time to settle. On the pads, not missing on his line and length. It's just giving one run. 3 dots and 3 runs from the over from Abhinav Chaudhary. 78 for 5 wickets. 12 overs in the books. They surely are looking for a wicket or two from Chaitanya Bishnoi. The middle really had any opportunity or chance to express themselves freely. They've been clustered, they've been tied with their hands to their body. They haven't been in full flowing rhythm to shots they've got. 6 balls, you'll see that Chaitanya will not make bigger changes to his length. It's just the line that he'll choose slightly wider, or he's going to bowl between those stumps. The 5 balls, you'll see pretty accurate. There's that little change inside edge, gets lucky, got away with that one. There's the line we are talking about that he makes nuances to. Cuts it in the deep, cuts well. Looks like it'll be running away for 4 runs. Yes, it is. 4 runs for Houston Hurricanes, and Usman Rafiq was dropped dead short. Rocked back immediately, seeing that. It's just room. They had no fielder there. More space, more width. Was nothing wrong. It was the line which was more wide. This time tries to deceive him with the quicker one. Has always got that art of changing. When we talk about same length, but the line may be different. This is one of the examples from Chaitanya Bishnoi that he bowled a little wider with the same length. Calls him down, invites him, and cordially accepted. A ball remains before we finish this over, and the score is 85. Goes downtown, there's a fielder, there's a swirl on the ball. Stays calm to collect it, and the over ends with 1 run. 86, 13 overs done. The innings has been a little slow. We've seen that yesterday as well. Not sure comparatively previous shot. He played two covers. Abhinav Chaudhary. Some distraction. Most of the times we've seen a match finish in 3 hours to the max, but yesterday's game went down to 4 hours, and this is something the time essence as cricketers or any sportsman would want to keep discipline and timekeeping in mind. Normally he'll have no problems bowling that one. It's just making the batter play according to his field. That's all. There's some risk that Joshua Trump should understand that he'll have to go over the fielder who's standing inside covers. The short cover, it'll be difficult. It's just matter of time. He wants to clear that fielder inside the circle, and he'll definitely find a boundary. Smartly, they are able to stimulate the batters according to their plans, and they are obliging without any question to the bowlers. It's the game that's been run by the bowler, and there have been no questions by the batter. There have been no. There's that swing. Is that an, will only get one. Even if it is, the fielder was successful to cut that out. There's no rebellion from the batters. That's the Manhattan fifth over. The over of Sankirat Batula. Lahiru Milanta was able to smack few, and but from there no real time score being scored. The boundaries have been sporadic before it's gone up, trying to clear the infield, but there's a fielder at mid off. He's not going to drop, and he takes a sitter. He eludes that there's a ball swirling in air, but he manages to collect that one. Trying to show that aggressive fielder inside the circle. Only the bottom part of the bat could not get right below. And Abhinav Chaudhary gets his first one for the day. 87 for six. There's that replay from a different angle. Tough to spot the ball on this bright daylight. Ali Sheikh, who's got a duck yesterday, will come out to bat to change the card. Usman Rafiq, after battling hard, after his grueling battle, he goes with Ali Sheikh. Formerly played for Irving Mustangs and Dallas Mustangs. Scored 504 runs in 47 matches, 120 regular strike rate. Want to prove it in actions here. Another wicket and the tail will be exposed. There'll be only the bowlers who are to come after Ali Sheikh. Slower one, starts with a slower one, deceiving him. It is very folly for me. It is quite frivolous to see Joshua Trump not taking any chances or any risks, because he's the one who's been standing on the crease for a longer time than Usman Rafiq. As a top order batter, it is your responsibility, it is your key expertise, that you take the responsibility and you make the other batters play in your shadow. You'll have to enlighten the new batter who comes in than the new batter taking the charge. That resulted for Usman Rafiq, and 88, 14 overs done, 88 for 6.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Sankirat Batula will come in for his third over. That only keeps an over remaining after his bowled this one. Ali Sheikh, the ask is that he keeps the scoreboard rotating. That's the status quo. Let's see how long before he perishes or how long before he scores a boundary. Has to be something that instigates the batter saying that, hey, we haven't scored enough runs, and what might be the reason? Is it us or the condition? Because if this has been the same case, if this happens to continue, only get difficult because Super 6 is going to be more hard, and the players are going to come for that championship with a better set of mind, with domination. They need to have that zeal to score and win for the team altogether. They need to imbibe we in win. That's how you get win, because there's no I. There's no I in team. But Sankirat Batula has been already sent for 4 runs off his 3 balls. Trying for already once they've got a result with 1 run out. Saif Badr. How about that one? Will leave some room for discussions on that run out. There's the outside edge. The outside edge one more time. How regularly we've seen the batters fall prey for the outside. Ali Sheikh goes another time without troubling much. Houston batters have been tamed even today. There comes the tail end. After that dismissal, it's just a matter of time. They'll have to start cleaning up. Takes a little peek, ensuring that the keeper does not drop it. Early sees that. Yeah, he's got it. He's good for a celebration. There's the dry phase between over number 8 and over number from 8 to 12. That's when between those 4 overs they haven't got any boundaries. The time that they might have wanted to push ones into twos, that something might worry them. The fall of wickets, not too long. First wicket, it was Slade, and then after that, first wicket falling for 9 runs, 5 runs, and then the second wicket coming for 43. And later on, it's been string 43 turns out 28, and then 53, 59, 62. They have been very consistent with the breakthroughs here, the bowlers of Dallas Giants, and the boundaries have been sporadic. The runs haven't been scored in regularity. He'll have to bowl that one again, and he'll not mind bowling that one to Usman Shinwari. Seeing a new batter in, that'll give him the opportunity. That's how the scorecard looks like today. Sankirat Batula with 3 wickets, going shoulder to shoulder with his fellow teammates. Harish Kakani 1 wicket and Saurabh Patwal 1 wicket. Abhinav Chaudhary 1 wicket, and that run out. Off the back foot, there has to be a fielder in place to end the over with 1 run. 15 done, 93 for 7. Just 5 overs remaining.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
We begin the 15th over, and they press forward. Yes and a no. There's a hesitation, slight misfield. They've been pretty tight today on the field. There's rarity to see the Dallas Giants slip on. But what baffles me is that the time Joshua Trump has spent on crease, has just got 20 balls and has scored 18. Beating the outside edge, squaring up. It's really interesting because if you see Joshua Trump's time on has been after the wicket of Matthew Trump, that's when he came in. I think it was 8th over when Joshua Trump initially walked in, and then after that, if you take from 8th over, even played around that time, has spent maximum time at the crease, has got more time than anyone, and we haven't seen any real runs coming. We've seen his flickering intent, but he hasn't been able to carry that. Things have been here and there. He has to convert it. Usman Shinwari taking on fire from Shubham Ranjane. Against San Francisco Unicorns, he scored 26 runs and he was not out. That was his, and 5 against an MI New York. Tries for the shot, getting air. It's just bowler and the keeper play. Nothing much, but the field haven't seen any good boundaries. Batters using their feet. They haven't really thought out of the box how different they can do, how different they can counter. It's been just a child's play here from the Houston Hurricanes. It's surprising the way they've been batting from strength to strength in their previous matches. But it comes down, there's the edge. Going across the line, and there's the big edge that comes in to keep his pouch. Joshua Trump just becomes the spectator from the other side of to watch his fellow mates falling like a pack of cards. Shubham Ranjane doing good at what he's good at. Three overs from him, 1 wicket for his name. You can see that on the replay how Usman Shinwari played across the, and then it was the keeper to do the rest. The game's just dripping. It's slightly slower today. Sanchit Sandhu. It confuses me that when a new batter comes in, might he bring any message to Joshua Trump to try and slog some, to try and test his might? He might get on to something. A talented youngster, 19 years old, Joshua Trump. This is the time he might want to test his might. Keeping it away. No real movement. This has been what might irritate anybody, any coach, is that he not moving across. When you see that, he's just standing there. There's no real movement. Now he moves across. That's where he gets the line and the length of the ball. The result is different. This is what the movement does to you. Helps you get the reach of the ball. With that, 100 also comes up for Houston Hurricanes. I hope he heard me telling that. And that changed the outcome. There's that replay where he sent that in that direction for 4 runs for deep mid wicket. Slices away for 1. Even if they're managing to collect boundaries here, that amplifies their innings and brings them 40. And 133 was not enough. If they've taken any pointers from previous, 133 was not enough for them to defend on this track. They need at least 140 to 145. That's the total they'll be able to set if they're able to squeeze out a boundary at least an over with 1 or 2 runs running between the wicket. But if not, things will look grim again for the Houston Hurricanes. That's a deft touch to third man. Much better from Sanchit Sandhu. As a new man, you can expect that, and he's doing well. Swapping the strike. Give it to Joshua Trump, let him strike because he's been there, he's read the bowlers. Now it's upon him the way he responds. It will resonate in his batting. The time he spent picking the gap. There's no fielder there that'll run away to a boundary, hopefully. And yes, it is a boundary. No diving effort. Lousy from the outfielder. 4 runs for Joshua Trump. He started to aerate, and the Houston Hurricanes need that. Joshua Trump moving inside his crease, giving himself time, room. That has really changed for him. Making movements in his crease. A better outcome. Better play for Houston Hurricanes. Cuts away well. There's a fielder there. Keeps the strike. With 1 run, 107. Much better over in 3 more overs to go. If they are going 8 and over from here, that'll take them to 134. Will be a ghastly total. Because yesterday they were not able to defend it. So Might be that scoreboard pressure, how much may be okay to have in the bag before they go out and start bowling. Tries to come down, much better intent from Joshua Trump. He wouldn't mind with a streaky boundary, much better, and that'll give the viewers something to enjoy on as well. That intent, even the fate favors the fearless. That's been different now. He's coming down, using his bat, using his wrist. That's 4 runs. "111." We start seeing the Hurricanes starting to build the Hurricane. Has to be Joshua Trump, but before that, there's a leading edge, there's a fielder or a barren line. It's been wafted up, and Harish Kakani makes no mistake here. A little cameo from Joshua Trump comes to an end after scoring 3 boundaries all together in a row with one single. He moved across, it was full, could not time it well. There's the edge. Harish Kakani had to swirl around, turn around those stumps. He did not hit himself, was mindful what he's doing. Great piece of mind, great piece of awareness from Harish Kakani. 2 wickets in his name. Hamza Khalid, the last man. 111. They are hanging with the misses and their ration coming to an end. With just one batter, this is the only lifeline they have. And Joshua Trump knew it immediately. Not happy with that he's taken. He would not have dropped. At least if there was power, elevation somewhere with a bigger ground, would have fallen in a safe space. But there was no real power, no real timing, and you know what the outcome is. Harish Kakani rearing, pushes him back on the back foot. This might have been a little different for Joshua Trump, but nonetheless, he started to change his outlook. He started to change his intent. That's what the scorecard looks like. Only three players who's got double-digit figures. Outside edge, again and again. We go over that. It's just like a replay being played over with Harish Kakani bowling in the same line, same area. It's one man that we've often been talking about, Lahiru Melantha, with double digits. Joshua Trump, who's recently departed, and I presume it was Saif Badr before his unfortunate run out. Saying, looks like the cameraman's played the loop on the screen of the viewers, but it's Harish Kakani who's bowling the same. Yes, it was Saif Badr who got out for 11 unfortunate runs. Lahiru Milantha 27, and everyone, you can see that 9 maximum number of deliveries faced, but the outcome very minimal. Did we worrying about the total? A paltrous total for Houston Hurricane. Quite concerning, but the over ends. 4 runs and a wicket. Harish Kakani having the last laugh. 111 for 9 balls remaining to be bowled.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Would be Shubham Ranjane with his final. "18 overs, 111 is what we are looking at. 123 if they start scoring 6 and over. At least they'd want to go 8 and over, which is going to be an easy task uphill to score against Shubham Ranjane. It's just like you're pushing a big boulder uphill. Then with every wicket falling, you'll have to redo it. The boulder coming down and then doing it again. How furious would it make the opening batter, because he's been contributing and the team's not being able to convert any batter, especially when you're able to score and your team's not able to contribute a chip in, anybody would feel frustrated. Just want to see what the mind of Lahiru Melantha would be to the team that was shortly jabbed. With that batting, with that power, Lahiru Melantha, top of the order, he would need someone to mollify, because he's been doing most of the heavy lifting. There should be someone to ease the burden. Flicked across into the onside. They'll be taking a bitter taste from the games they've played against Dallas Giants. One game they've won, but both the times Dallas Giants has been dominating. That's a short delivery from Shubham Ranjane, spitting fire. Making the batter smell the leather. Surprising, very surprising. The ball moved, but the batter still remains on crease, inches away for the ball to kiss the stumps. Even better with the technology and the effort put in the fraternity of minor league cricket. There's always something new that's been brought out by minor league cricket. Excellent delivery on the stumps. How successful Dallas Giants have been to amputate the boundaries of Houston Hurricanes, especially in the middle overs. They've never really found a rhythm. They've never really found real-time boundaries. concerning. It's been 2 hours, almost 2 hours past the clock. I'm surprised that the umpires haven't raised any questions, because in the cricket when we're playing, there's always been the penalties that have been coming up. So I'm pretty shocked to see that no questions raised from the umpire. He started the game at 3. It's almost 2 hours when you look at the time. He slogs that one to deep mid wicket. Almost just 4 balls remaining. Not easy, especially for Houston Hurricanes, but our production team makes it so easy at Grand Prairie to get you those angles, that replay. They've got all up their sleeve. Probably they might need something, some insight from the production team to see how to walk. Houston Hurricanes is sent that one. No real time. The fielder gets to cut the ball. 2 runs. At least they'd be reaching 120, and they can say that we've got at least something. We haven't given enough to the bowlers, but can we try a little harder? But how many times you use your bowler as a whipping boy? Because you come down, your batters do not perform, then all the pressure falls upon the bowler. You tell that to win any championships, you need bowlers, but with this in this context, how would the bowlers especially do it? I know it's their job to defend, but you need to give something. I cannot say that you've got only 1 run on any regular day. You'd say 1 run to defend in an over, someone might do it, but to do that again and again, it's really difficult. Takes out, slashes, tries giving himself room, batter, and the batters this time got better of the bowler. Could have tried to followed him. The same line, same length was kept away from him. Just had to put the bat in way. There's that slash, gets a boundary. That'll give them something more above 120. Two balls remaining before we wrap up. That's hit hard, that's hit in the gap. The fielder will be able to cut that one out. Should be coming back for the third one at least. That's the previous boundary. There's the replay. And yes, you can see that. They're happy. And that wraps up the innings. We'll have to wait for the confirmation, official confirmation, to know what on the last ball. One hour and 45 minutes it took the innings to be wrapped up. There's the action replay. Production team in love with it. And the last ball. Two runs and out. That's why they haven't bowled another one. They're coming back for the third one. That's been taken, run out. So 124, and the Houston Hurricane bowled out. That's the last delivery where they're trying to take a third one. And great throw from the fielder. Harish Kakani, there's one-handed and he's hit him out. No mistakes. The umpire would be happy in this time because it is not hand first but the ball. Very evident. Stands tall, push the gap, and that'll be the first boundary to open this. Something that'll be on their mind. Flashing blade and sees that. That's a catch. What a cracker here. They're not going to. Gives that flag. No way the fielder's going to get that. The ball has zeros from 4 of the batters. Nicely played. Got back into position. He's put that in the gap. Was back of the length. Had to be punished. He was persistent attacking. Similar dismissal yesterday. There's a fielder there. He got his hand off. He uses his pace to perfection because he were feasting on him. Comes down. There's a fine leg there. But we'll only watch as the ball passes by to 4 runs. This is electrifying. He's not learned from that one. He's not learned his lesson from the previous delivery. Anything bowling to Milanta there is going to get the same treatment. He deserved it and rightfully so. No way he's doing that again and again. There's no reprieve for Sankeet. Let's play an MS as he says go home, and he gets his man after being hit for 2 4s and 1 6. Finally, ball straight away. That was the line that he should have tried bowling it before. Leading edge could be a catch. What a stellar this is. This is up. Oh, that's beautiful. That's an absolute beauty. That's difference. It's been hit hard and hard for not big, pretty flat. They need that boundary. Certainly do something for. This is much better. We're saying home, but the umpire's given him out. Safe. Cuts it in the deep. Cuts well. Looks like it'll be running away for 4 runs. Yes, it is. 4 runs for Houston Hurricanes. The boundaries have been sporadic before it's gone up, trying to clear the infield, but there's a fielder at mid-off. There's the outside edge. The outside edge one more time. How their previous matches, but it comes down. There's the edge going across the line, and there's the big edge that comes in. Now he moves across. That's where he gets the line and the length of the ball. The result is different. This is what the movement does to you. Helps you get the reach. The time he spent picking the gap. There's no fielder there. That'll run away to a boundary. Hopefully. And yes, it is a boundary. No diving effort. Lousy from the outfielder. 4 runs for Joshua Trump. He started to aerate and the Houston Hurricanes need that. Tries to come down. Much better intent from Joshua Trump. He wouldn't mind with the streak. Has to be Joshua Trump, but before that, there's a leading edge, there's a fielder or a barren line. It's been wafted up, and Harish Kakani takes out, slashes, tries giving himself room. Batter That's hit hard, that's hit in the gap. The fielder will be able to cut that one out. Should be coming back for the third one at least. That's the previous boundary. There's the replay. And yes, you can see that. They're happy. And that wraps up the innings. We'll have to wait for the confirmation, official confirmation, to know what on the last ball.
You're watching the 2024 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Yash Technologies.
Welcome back to innings number 2, where the Dallas Giants will be starting. The total what the Houston Hurricanes have said. There's the umpires who are taking the field on. They've got the cameras on their pouch. 125 to win for the Dallas Giants, and that'll take them to a spot where they'll seal their position. If Chicago Kingsmen is going to win all of it without losing any, that's the only way the Dallas Giants are not going to take the tabletop, or if that remains interesting because it'll be a tug of war between Dallas Giants and Chicago Kings. And with Houston Hurricanes, they've lost the last match, and and prior to that, even that, they're coming in with a defeat. They would try something. They want something to work out in their favor in this game. The umpires are ready, so are we. It's just the players we are waiting for. At times the game can be very different with any sport, be it the basketball, cricket, baseball, soccer. You may expect everything going on your side, but at times the game may pan out differently, slightly slower than expected. There's the dugout of Dallas Giants, already a batter ready. You can see some stretches and cool down practices with the foam. It's going to opening pair of Rahman Dar and Gaurav Bajaj today, as Arjun Mahesh has taken a way out of team for today's match. Rahman Dar with all 250s in this season, pretty reliable for the Dallas. 6.25, 6.5 and over. What is required? Early wickets will only pile pressure on the Dallas Giants. If not dot balls, they'll manage their way, they'll maneuver out of the puddle they are in if they have too many dot balls. We've seen that last game. Get ready for the first ball. It's going to be Usman Shinwari. Solid bowling action. Who tried his best with his power and ability to bring the game back for the Houston Hurricanes, but could not do so. He's got Gaurav Bajaj taking the strike. 2 slips in position. There's swing, there's seam, and there's a question. A left-hander bowling to the right-hander with that angle, especially over the wicket for a left-arm bowler, is trying to take the ball out. You can see his wrist position there going a little wider. Is going to come and snap his wrist. Usman Shinwari coming hard. There's the first ball on his bat. Gaurav Bajaj. 6 matches, 71 runs. Highest of 40 runs. Playing for Dallas Xforia. Time they'll be dreading with Usman's over. Steaming in, is giving everything he's got in his run up. A heavy arm action. Played softly. Usman was someone them troubles last night. because the man is a little difficult to score off his bowling. They need a start from the opener. Was a little long. Rahman Dar scored 52. 50 odd runs yesterday to ensure that his team is walking happily back to their home. A solid stand, a strong stand from the opener, who's adept with the stroke play. Was hit twice by Houston Hurricanes instead of wickets. They were trying to hit Rahman, but he managed to hold his ground. There's the line and the length. Extremely meaningful from Usman. Bowling his first over. That's how the first over is to be regulated. Ball before the over ends. I see a maiden keeping right on the money with 6-meter length where the new ball should be pitching. And yes, that is a maiden before the over ends with 2 slips here. Usman Shanwari of the first over, no runs. That brings on Rahman Dar.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
"64 runs of his highest. Yesterday he was able to take on his own highest score, which was 52. Scored 64 runs yesterday. Batting average of 24.81. 33 matches. 397 runs for Rahman. Has been caught most of the times. And after that, he's remained not out. Sanchit Sandhu was brilliant in his last over. Gave something for his team to defend with. And it was over from Hamza Khalid that Harish Kakani took on. There's one slip in position. That's the line, right length, forcing the left-hander to drive. It becomes very elegant when you see a left-hander driving. That's the connection. There's something very different about the left-hander. It's the connection that they have to make. .125 required. Uses his, and yesterday we've seen that it was a little difficult. Rahman likes to step down, and when the keeper started standing up on him, that's where he had problems. That's where able to utilize the pitch, utilize his crease. So early on they might want to look at that, because they may want to cut off, they may want to curl as many runs as they can. Back of the length, back to the bowler. Sanchit Sandhu. A night to forget for the Houston Hurricanes yesterday. Of the pads will be an easy single. Somewhere with one team starting making it difficult to score singles and other finding it easy. That should be something we should be looking upon and seeing the methods the Dallas Giants have been focusing upon, especially with the communication as well. We always have seen Rahmandar batting whenever he's batting, talking to his fellow teammates, guiding them, letting them know that this is what the ball's doing after pitching. This is what the bowler's trying to do. That gives the idea that prepares the batter on the crease and helps. A strong force for Dallas Giants as an opener in form of Rahman Dar. He takes on Gaurav Bajaj without wasting any time, would want to utilize the power play, and that's the right approach to go over the top of the mid-on. And he gets 4 runs. First boundary of the second innings. That's some way for Gaurav Bajaj to start his innings. Short ball just had to whip away. Picked off nicely. There's no protection there. Usman Shinwari, but he'll cut there. Zabel ground, and that's a fruitful over for Dallas Giants. 9 runs of Sanchit Sandhu's over, and that'll be 9 after 2 overs. It will be Usman Shinwari to continue. Maybe they'd want to use Usman's over. Usually, the model any of the captains may use is that to use 2 overs of each bowler, but when Usman's in good flow, they'd want to take an extra over and attack the batters, because if the game's away, if the game's taken away from them, it'll be very difficult to crawl back in the game. For Houston, that's going away. Keeper skips that one, but the deflection did not take it to boundary. A wide plus an extra one that they've run. Always with the heavy arm that he comes in. He's got a slingy that he bowls with. Can get some good carry and bounce of the surface. We can see Usman trying to bowl back of the length, a little more accurate between the stumps and giving some troubles to the batter. There's one outcome that they haven't tried even in yesterday's game. They had 2 of those standing behind That's on the square leg and as third man. Question to the viewers who are watching: when you are sure that your bowler is bowling in the right area that you've asked him to bowl, and you've got two of your fielders standing on a third man and deep fine leg, what might be the understanding? What might be the takeaway from that? Because the bowler is not bowling any short pitch delivery, is trying to pitch it up, is not going for the flick shot. You're making him drive, but still having the batter, having for the same batter a third man a deep fine leg. That makes me question what the thought process might be from the Houston Hurricanes captain, because two of your fielders, it makes the play look like you are off two fielders, you're playing without two fielders. So why don't utilize them? Because you've got two slips, you can bring the short covers up, stop, halt them from taking the single. There's that string of dots for Usman Shinwari. Apart from that wide, he hasn't given any runs. Hails from Pakistan, played ample of cricket, knows how to use his line length and his skills. Thirty years old Shinwari, playing for the minor league cricket. Let's play and a miss. Usman Shinwari played for a myriad of franchises. Comes from Lahore Qalandar, Jaffna Kings, Karachi Kings, Habib Bank, Fata Cheetahs, Melbourne Renegades as well. Some Big Bash experience, also the Sydney Sixers. So it's not going to be easy to take on him. This is where, if you're looking to make a mark, this is the bowler you'd want to go after. That pace, that bounce, this is someone that you'd look to attack, make a name on their shoulders. Ah, nicely picked up. Has he timed it well? There's no fielder up there. Falls short of the boundary, 2 runs. First time when that was the time when he was playing against Misbah Haq's team, led SNGPL side in the final. That's where in his blazing spell, he picked up 5 wickets in 3.1 overs just for 9 runs. A stadium to be in, there's a change in the field. There's that short arm jab. He pulled it across, no protection. They have to know it. If he's bowling there, just because of the pace, if he's keeping back of the length, that's the area, not the deep fine leg to have a fielder. However, the over ends 3 overs, 17 runs. They may have to try everything, visit every avenue, and leave no stone unturned, especially if they want to win. Houston Hurricanes here, they cannot just rely on the fast bowling. They'll have to go, they'll have to see what they can do. Right in the block hole. Played for the right money. The intensity of the game. Probably the Houston Hurricanes would want to add some intensity, especially when they lost those wickets. From yesterday, we've been talking about the point of intensity. They bring their shoulders down immediately after losing their middle order. They lose the intent, and especially when they are bowling, that's something good. Good intent from Rahman Dar that'll fly away for 4 runs from the extra covers region. Great from the left-hander. It's surreal to see him how he uses his feet against the fast bowlers, and the ball had the width. The ball was on the right length for him to come down and slap across. 4 runs. This is a good start, better than yesterday. There's and Fudge. As long as he's there, he's very, very stubborn. Rahman Dar to give away his wicket makes the bowlers work hard. Quite stubborn to just give away his wicket. You might have seen Matthew Hayden also come down, and especially a right-hander. When we are talking about left-hander, one name, Matthew Hayden, who was very fearless, ferocious with his attack. That's when we talk about Matthew Hayden. But I don't think so there's anybody better who plays a front foot shot to the batters. Guess who? You might agree to that as well, to the viewers. That's none other than Brendan McCallum. Like, I haven't seen any batter stepping down for a fast bowler. In Big Bash, Sean Tate against Mitchell Stark. One may only think that's wide. That's wide, oh dear. It just gets worse for Houston Hurricanes here with that wide. And gladly, the ball did not run away to give them extra runs. Wide plus one more run. The bowlers may only think about the batters may only think about facing those type of speed bowlers when there's pace. You may only think about just putting on the back foot and just get your the bowl is there. I remember one of the batters telling that it's just only the time you only see the ball when it's hand and when before the release point, and that's all. Especially and to step down and to do the blasphemous act what Brendan McCallum is known to do over the years. That's only bad things, only what he can do it, what we can dream about, and that's why he is one of the legends with England right now. The transformation with England has been consequential. The way they've tweaked their ways to play Test cricket, full toss, and could not get the right time, right spot, right amount of bat on the splice. Would be very lucky for the ball not to go away to the fielder. Also, that might have hit his grill, and that might be one of the reasons. You can see that from the replay. What a fantabulous work by production. Yeah, that's on the edge, top edge, and right onto his grill. Safety. Most of the batters at times prefer not wearing helmets in local leagues, but if they're going for the shots like that, it's mandate, especially having right equipment. Of the fielder, good running between the wickets, solid from Gaurav Bajaj, spectacular. Especially when we talk about the facets of the game, fielding but batting comprises of running between the wickets too, which has been missing. I might be admonishing the Houston Hurricanes, but if you see their gameplay, you may also tell that you might expect better that has once beaten Dallas Giants, but looking them crumble, looking them go for a piece and trying to collect themselves, this is something which is unexpected. And cricket, the game itself, it brings out irregularities and unexpected turns. 6.25 required. They've got a boundary, 2 runs, 6, 7 already off the over. They might be looking to score another boundary. Power play, uh, only 2 more overs remaining for the power play. 2 fielders only allowed outside the circle. You see the white dotted lines? Till 6 overs, 36 balls, only 2 fielders allowed. And after that, that's when the fielders disseminate and try taking their marks according to the captain who marshals their troops. Failing to put that in the gap, the over ends. 4 overs, 24. Going 6 and over for Dallas Giants. The favorites for the game, Dallas Giants.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
We talk different, we talk about something unexpected. What can something unexpected be done by the Houston Hurricanes? A lot of viewers were watching the MILC. This might be, I've seen the live streamings of the other games such as baseball, hockey. A lot of fans who get into the fight. They they get into the melee against one another with comments. Straight to the bowler. There was once chance and a half being put down. It was a teaser for Usman Rafiq. That's just like the same thing. It's like you're giving a person who burnt his mouth something to taste who has no taste. It's like that's been hit towards Rafiq. It was hit firmly, it was hit hard, but there was a chance. It's been put and he groans in pain. Hope he might not have hurt his finger. The finger he uses to turn absolutely in displeasure. We may want to pause while the umpires are busy with the player. We may want to take a look at what the points table looks like. And before that, there's the replay. Got some fingers, but ouch. It's not a sign, not a sight that you'd want to see. It's gone down. Production never fails to amaze us. There's that he closes his hand. Ah, I feel tingles in my belly right now seeing that. Ah, not a good sign for Houston Hurricanes, who are already in peril. And there's give us some time to reflect upon the the points table. Chicago Kings, when they haven't lost any. The 2022 semi-final team, Chicago Tigers, four that they've lost. They're coming against tomorrow against Michigan Stars. Michigan Stars haven't opened their account. At least will be something good for both the teams, Chicago Tigers and Michigan Stars. One would be happy, walking out happy, saying that they've got a victory. Lone Star Athletics, that's one that they've won against Houston Hurricanes. And then Chicago Kingsmen, a strong contender to occupy the berth, to take the first berth, pushing St. Louis Americans down because they've got only one game. With that, they'll be only on 12. Now, if you look at Dallas, win this game, it brings them to 11, and the next game will take them to 13 if they're winning both the games from here. And if Chicago Kings, they win all the four, that's 16. That's the only team that will occupy the first place, and then with 13, no team having any spot. That's 13 points for Dallas, and they'll be the contender sealing that spot, second spot. That's one more time bowled by Usman Rafiq, glares on, and quite disturbing to see him hurt. Not sure if he will be able to bowl. And as players, I think this is something the umpires as well would want to keep in mind, especially about the time that we've had too many delays and slow progression of the game. This is a slow burn, especially for the viewers who are watching. That wants something that is to be carried out fast. Already, it's been half an hour, 40 minutes after the innings was started. 1 hour 50 minutes it took for the first innings to conclude. These are the pointers, these are the bullet points which makes the game interesting, especially with the pace of the game. You'd want to see the game going in a flow without any interruption. Good thing is that Usman Rafiq is able to bowl. This is the fifth over of power play. I'd like to see at least a couple of big sixes or some fours before they conclude the power play. This will give them the extra layer of protection going into the deep, into the jungle of middle overs. And he slips and misses, but the keeper doesn't. And looks like Joshua Trump is quite elated. This time Rahman Dar, who's so good, so useful using his feet, misreads Usman Rafiq, and he goes out. There's the turn. He's tumbling, rolling across. There's the first wicket in power play. Comes with the help of Usman Rafiq's bowling. There's the slow-mo from the leg umpire's side, and way out. Is halfway out. Is just turning in the slow-mo. Still turning in the slow-mo when the keeper had stumped them out. Akarshit Goel, the captain who had 39 super runs yesterday, comes in the middle. Misses the line, misses to read it completely. That's made a mess of him. You can see Usman Rafiq happy about that stump. He knew it immediately. There's that turn from him. Looks like Matrix, especially with the production team using their ability to stop, to play, to replay. We are in Matrix here, thanks to our production team giving the best view to our spectators onto the pads. And Akarshit Gomal. Skipper of the team. 466 runs for 17 matches, which is good. And his strike rate is 136, which makes it even better. Likes to play the ball on the up. That's been put away in the gap. What sublime timing Akarshit Gomal has got. For a minute I thought the ball not be going to the boundary, but it's just not the outfield that is taken the advantage of, but it's purely timing. You can just see that it's just a check drive what is played, but too good for any of the fielders of Houston Hurricanes to chase. Suarez hit that between the extra covers, mid-off and covers, finding some spot. Goes down, there's some appeal, but I hope he gets away with that. I was thinking, I hope he's not getting away with that, but this is surprising. There might be something that the umpire might have heard. It amazes that how wrong we can be. That brushes off his thigh pad, I reckon. Five overs and 29. The baseball fans might have started learning about cricket from the introduction of MLC. We had a couple of fans come into the crowd and enjoy the cricket to understand the game, especially across the border in Canada as well. There are games happening between Oman, Canada, and Nepal, which is the qualifiers second round. And the trajectory of the US cricket has always been on the rise with the introduction of MILC, MLC. If you see any cricket, any country growing with cricket, flourishing with cricket, is because of the games and the facilities being developed. And Matthew Trump would want to take a start again in the last power play before the power play is concluded. Number of facilities built across the country in different states, counties. It just gives us all positives. Short of the length, width on offer. He accepts it with both his arms open, and 4 runs. Poor bowling from Matthew Trump. There's no pace, no sign of good line or length here. He just had to put the ball over the head of the fielder, and he did that quite well. Gaurav Bajaj looking to accelerate here. The ball kept low. That's been put away, dealt with nice firmness. He's hit that hard, quite outstanding, despite the ball being low. He's managed to get hold of that one to his full benefit. I'd like to take some time to see that replay again because it was really low, and Gaurav Bajaj might have expected that to come and he was ready to pull it, waiting for the rise, but played out differently. 2 fours and a dot. 8 runs they've already received. Yesterday, Matthew Trump was attacked. He was targeted on his bowling, slightly on the expensive side. And top of middle. And that's bewildering the way Gaurav Bajaj has got his look on the face. Looks like he's seen a ghost. There's the dance from the Trump twins. They've got it. And look at them groove. They've got some great moves. Joshua Trump and Matthew Trump. As that top up of Matthew Trump, Joshua Trump joins him. Look at that replay. What makes it better is that Trump twin. They're all together flying across. Some movement here that comes back sharply. Gaurav playing for the swing, but it did not swing subsequently. It gets only better looking at the replays. It was all pale. Gaurav Bajaj, as if he saw a ghost. And what makes it better is that look at them performing some dance moves. That has to go in the highlights. Matthew Trump and Joshua Trump. Those exhilarating moves. There it is, it only funnier and better. I don't know what the moves looks like. But he deserves that after a rough day yesterday. Trump deserves that. With the talent he has. With the options he brings to the team, a handy all-rounder. Much to be carved out of him. Will be with experience, but better. He's now flowing with the line. Looks like he's carrying that one wicket has given him a boost of confidence. He'd want to inject that confidence into his teammates as well, because already 2 down, power play. He was hit for 2 boundaries at the start of the over and has recovered from that. 3 good balls after 2 boundaries, and that is how you do it. If you're looking for a comeback after 2 boundaries, Matthew Trump showing us another dot. 4 dots, 8 runs of the over. After bowling Gaurav Bajaj out, Naushad Sheikh will be alongside Akarshit Gomal. It is Sanchit Sandhu. And there's that wicket from Matthew Trump, hitting on the right area, pitching it. Not a big swing off the surface. Did not seem for seaming inside. Puts that in the gap. And good work from Usman Shinwari in the deep. The evolution of the game, especially USA, we are seeing at 2008 Olympics, Los Angeles, to the inclusion of the game. Hopefully, we may get to see Olympics having cricket. It's going to be a great achievement for cricket itself and the players too. They may want to be ready. One of the 5 new sports, along with baseball, softball, lacrosse, at the 2028 Olympics, we might see a pretty rough game, lacrosse. Sometimes difficult, it's very rough seeing the players. Have to be careful playing lacrosse. That's the previous delivery. Ball straight back to the bowler, Sanchit Sandhu. 86 runs, which are still required. Somewhere the umpires may want to tell the players to just reel in, start bowling a little quicker. They've been comfortable and complacent, which is astounding. Usually the umpires make a call saying that this is what the time is, this is where we are heading. This is lovely. This is lovely shot. He's crashed that one, but there's a fielder. Absolutely loved that stroke. Stood tall, but there was a fielder, could not get the maximum out of it. This is funny at times when the best ball, when you bowl, ends up being hitting out of the park. One of the balls you think that when you bowl it and this had to be six, you get away with that with the. It is hilarious how the game turns out at times. Trying to bowl a little outside of the third stump. When you see Sanchit Sandhu running in, that a little twist he does to his body, a little away from the stumps. We'll see with his last over when he comes to bowl. End of the over. 3 overs by Sanchit Sandhu. He's given 20 runs, 7 overs, and 41 for the loss of 2 wickets. There's that front angle. The first time, I think it was Big Bash League when they tried Chris Lynn with a cam on, and then later on a game 50th anniversary of the MCC where the legends played. Adam Gilchrist having a cam on when he was facing Brett Lee alongside Virender Sehwag. Helmet cams, the technology, the improvement, the equipment in the game we've seen to come, it just gets better. Leading edge to the third man. From now, 20 years ago, you would say with playing with helmets might be something quite uncanny. Matthew Trump looks in good rhythm after that one wicket. Something different. The energy and the confidence he's exuding. They want to rub a little on the fellow bowlers as well because they would be needing this, especially if they're looking to win. Not an easy task, easy job to win against Dallas Giants, especially when they are 42, 83 required only. Six and over, 6.5 and over. At times in the middle overs, the game starts drying out. That's when the thinking comes into play that how are we managing to score runs? What are the areas, especially when you see nicely flicked off his hips. Fielder does well to cut the ball. Good running between the wickets. Overall, great cricket here at Grand Prairie Stadium. As we get deeper in the season for MILC, especially this season, we've had some cracker, especially close games, because most of the games have come like 120, 130, and 130 runs, and that's been the tight spot for the teams to win. And the games have really changed, especially the favorites being changed. One time you may think that it is your team winning. Excellent delivery. He does well enough to defend. Got bat in time. It's the leading edge. Again, no control over shot. Akashit Gomal. We saw him. How useful he is against the spin and his sweeping. Hence the over. 8 overs done. 44 on the loss of 2 wickets. They've invited some spin here after Usman Rafiq. It is Ali Sheikh. Disappointing games. Both the games were very disappointing for Ali Sheikh. Last game scored 0, and this game he scored only 1. Five runs, that is scored, not 1. Maybe I'm just adding a much on Ali Sheikh. Too bad. But a single digit. Direct hit, is he gone? The umpire nods his head in dissent. Talking about how to navigate through the choppy waters, especially when they are wickets down in the middle overs, is the replay. And we'll be able to get a better picture. There's that zinger coming. His well shot of his ground, but again, his hand. It was his hand by Ali Sheikh on stumps, not the ball. The first point of contact be ball first, and anyone who's wondering what has happened there, the bowler needs to have, or the fielder needs to in their hand to run a batter out. Short pitched, flicked away. Should be coming back for the second one. And yes, they completed. If they're going in Super Six with the same mentality, with the runs and the fielding, should be better in Super Six. That they have to be aware, just like this, where the fielders are. He controlled the shot, did not give much power. They should know how to route themselves in the middle overs, because especially middle overs has been concern for teams. The scoring rate has been low, very low, so might be a concern going into Super 6. Look at him, got a little too excited, got his hands first. The more you see, the doubtful it becomes. That's why the umpires to suggest that if it's not conclusive, they better go with the soft signal. With that brilliant delivery, the over ends. 5 runs off the over. 49 on 9 overs, 76 required. They need to bring down the run rate, which is going up to 7. This is going to be an escapade for Houston Hurricanes. If they win, especially an adventure, they might think they might not be getting away with. If they win, they'll be having an adventure. Look at that again. It's the hand for. If not, he might be going. Against Matthew Trump, Naushad Sheikh gets hold of him to get a better boundary, and with that gets a 50 mark for team. There's Naushad Sheikh over cover right out. He's playing with style. Fantastic of Naushad Sheikh's batting here. The way he manages to hit the ball effortlessly. When you see that shot on the replay, the way Naushad Sheikh has managed to play, it may look pretty simple, very simple, but it is quite composite, because the way he had to get his technique was right on cue. Pushes in the gap, will come and take a single. Not sure if anytime soon if we'll be able to see the replay the way Naushad Sheikh played, but when you look back, if you backtrack and see, he had to head right, his feet right, align himself with the line of the ball. There's very little time that you can do. Diving effort here. Good stop from the fielder. They've got a boundary and a run. Matthew Trump would be examining or identifying to pick a wicket, contribute to his team. And how would he do that? Especially against Akarshit Gomel. Looks like there's a chance. The umpire calls it as dead ball. Oh dear, he's hit. That's why. Very ugly. Injuries today for Houston Hurricanes. Good, good fact. Good part of that is he's okay. He's doing fine. Eddie. Hope he's not nauseous. Especially incidents like this are heart shattering. Moves you away. We've seen what happened, dudes. Australian batter, especially with that. He moved, he got his body in position, and that's 6 runs. That's a biggie for Naushad Sheikh, who's going on for a fight for against Matthew Trump. Positioned himself well and maneuvered it over the deep square leg fielder. Solid looking shot. The batting, the presentation of the bat from Naushad Sheikh has been quite robust. A little disappointed, but he's doing well here, Matthew Trump, especially with that 1 wicket he got it. We'll have a little drinks break here. 10 overs done, 62 for 2 wickets. That blow for Matthew Trump, or right on his temple. We're back after drinks break. It's Ali Sheikh. He's going to take on the charge. Will be quick single and they scamper back. About the navigation, especially in the middle orders, that's where we left the conversation. So here, both the teams would want to figure out way. They would want to discover how their batting would look in middle, especially with this target. This is something that this is much better, and they find answers with Akarshat Gomel. That's it, straight as an arrow, and he makes it look so effortless. Quite remarkable the way he got his head in position in the straight line. Look at his firm base and his hitting when he takes on. Look at that strong posture from Akarshat Gomel. And that's the answer that they have to respond to. That's how they are going to play. And that was especially because the type of attack they are going to come against. They need to prepare themselves. They have to make their mind before ahead of time. A diving effort going down. 6-1-1 and another one of the over. They'll want to see if they can attack Ali Sheikh a little more. Spoil his line and length. Wasn't a bad ball when Ali Sheikh was hit for a 6. Was slightly overpitched. Rocks back. There's a field leap. And this is the way, if they're able to find, if they're going to play on the merit of the ball, any opposition is going to find it difficult. Tries to cut the fielder but could not. That ends the over. 10 off an over. 72 after 11. Fifth over was something that paid the Houston Hurricanes well. That's the worm. 2 wickets lost exactly. Very first for Mukhtar Ahmed. The blue worm indicates about the Houston Hurricanes timeline. And then the wicket in the 6th over for Melantha. And two wickets after power play for the Dallas Giants. And another concern for me is that the power play wicket taking ability from the bowlers of Houston Hurricanes. If they are able to do with the same pace, we can see this game knocked off little early. But with that, this will not only help the team Dallas Giants but also improve their run rate. Always one of the things that you'd want to keep in mind when you're playing such competitive league is the run rate. You never know how things unfold. You don't know what demons you meet ahead. Always armor up and be ready for the battle. Hamza Khalid. Has always tried to meet Akarshat Gomel. Has always tried and has put in an effort to meet the balls and the runs, at least to run a ball, and has found the boundary every now and then for the team. This is the replication what the other batter should also try to do towards covers, and 1 run. Sloppy, very sloppy. Would that go away to the boundary? Very close. Sluggish from the outfielder. Would you want to put in that sort of effort? And already your team is in a precarious position. That's obvious, pretty obvious that the fielder was there and he found it right exactly. What a piece of catch from Matthew Trump, who had to cover good amount of ground. and did not lose the balance. Akarshad Gomel picked it up. Then there was a fielder. Matthew Tromp had to cover the ground and he managed to pluck Akarshad Gomel and send him back to his pavilion. Goes for 23 after facing 25 balls. 74 for the loss of 3 wickets. Different angles, trying to make your experience better. Shubham Ranjane is on the crease now. Was a part of Rajasthan Royals in the IPL. With Seattle Orcas. Great record in first class cricket for Shubham Ranjane. Hails from Pune, Maharashtra. It's where the cricket hub is. MCA, played in MCA on red soil. Is well aware of 76 being his highest score in the first class game. Moves to US. Playing in Seattle Orcas for the Major League Cricket. He got 35 against MI New York at Morrisville Park. That is one of the sides that you'd want to score against an opposition. You'd want your opposition to be strong because that brings out the best game of yours. If you don't have the opposition as equally performing good to you, you'd not know what your best abilities are. $51 still required. 2-4 and over. On pads, he's appealing, pleading to the umpire. Height might be the concern, but a good over for the bowling team with 3 runs. They get a wicket. Of Akarshad Gomel was looking incredibly dangerous.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
That's definitely missing the stump. Forget about the height, but his way across his off stump. A good decision by the umpire. Taken away off his. Good running between the wickets. 50 needed. Usman Shinwari with his third. You'd want to also touch base upon the area where Usman's been bowling, because they haven't gone out for any bouncers. We have seen bowlers being bowled with good and full length, but we haven't seen any fast bowler bowl a bouncer as well. That might be one of the options they'll want to explore. Back of the length. Superb running between the wickets. They want to keep this momentum. They want to carry that. They want to proceed with this. Dallas Giants batting on 79. Every time one of the partnerships which looked like flourishing, they've gotten a breakthrough. What the mayhem for the team here, Houston Hurricanes, is that they've always fell short. From yesterday, they fell short of scoring enough runs. The bowlers are doing the job, it's just the additional support needed from the batters. Reflecting upon the same point we've talked about, see the replay here. Oh, that's definitely pitched outside leg. The batter would be in shambles if the umpire would have given that out. Talking about additional support from the batters, that has to come in before it's too late in the league. 46 required. 45 required with that single taken. That's way outside leg. Anybody new to the cricket would tell that that's not going on the leg stump. It's not pitching in the area. The spot what you're seeing is it has to be within that line for umpire to think upon if that was hitting the stumps, if the batter wasn't standing. The bowlers of Houston Hurricanes have never really allowed any partnership to grow. But, oh, straight away, teasing Usman. The ball flies to the fielder. That was a teaser, nothing really much Usman can do about it, but just put himself with a diving effort. A ball before the over ends. That's good ball, but we'll have to bowl that one again, going off track. We were talking about bouncers a while ago. As a bowler, you want to keep your options open, especially with bouncers. No Yorkers being bowled. There are a lot of elements the team Houston Hurricanes have been missing on. The area has been trouble. The middle order, it has been trouble. When they go back with that team discussion, this is going to be one of their talks about the middle order and how can they strengthen it. End of the over, 13 overs done, 82 for 3 wickets, 43 required of 7 overs.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Hamza Khalid, he'll be in action. That's picked up well, really well, and he'll find the gap definitely for 4 runs. Naushad Sheikh seems to be in good flow. All the shots have been coming with clear sense of conscience. The way he's playing, he should get strike more often. Same direction. That was a replay that he tried to score in the mid-wicket region. Same direction can be used, but this time chips the ball over the infield, and the fielder with a diving effort fails to stop the ball running away into the boundary. But a good effort can be done as just the complement, but still they'll get runs. He's stroking the ball well. Timing has never really been a concern. Finding the sweet spot of the bat has never really been a concern for Naushad Sheikh. Maybe over, they would want to capitalize in that mid-wicket area where he scored once. There's the umpire who's come in way for Naushad Sheikh. He might have run over the umpire. Don't do that, Naushad. The umpire might just give you out for obstructing his way. A Dil scoop, and that'll go away for 4 from Shubham Ranjane. That's audacious and outstanding. They've got already 13 runs of 4 balls. Looks like they are in hurry to finish the game. Just 30 remaining. Four and over, 5 and over can do the job for the Dallas Giants. Cuts, and that's where he to send the ball with the ball remaining. This might be the answer for the middle order for the Giants. Naushad Sheikh alongside playing with the mind of the bowler Akarshad Gomal, and Naushad Sheikh can be the answer that they're looking for. End of the over, 95. 14 overs completed, 95 for 3.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
His game should be a good learning for Houston Hurricanes. Especially with the thrashing they've been taking from the Dallas Giants from day one yesterday. This is day two, and we're looking pretty obvious with the winner. The chances when we finished the first innings, we had our favorite Dallas Giants, and the chances solidify seeing them play the way they are. Interesting how Rashad Sheikh will give an answer to the spin. He's been quite exuberant with pace bowling, and that's how he's going to respond. But is there a fair? He's wafted that one, but finds barren land. Has managed well. Has been doing that quite well, putting the ball in the gap. The field there, even yesterday, different game altogether. In the night, has played over the head of the bowler. There's a fielder there, and he'll take that easily over covers. 10 out of 9 times today he's managed to hit that one to boundary, but one time he fails to do that. Guess what? He finds the fielder. And you can see that exactly why he was not able to hit the ball. Why could he not generate pace out of Usman Rafiq's bowling? That's because he slowed through the air, had no pace on the ball, and found the bottom piece of the bat. And that brings Chaitanya Bishnoi to crease, leaving 28 to be scored. And that is the reason you see on your screen why Chaitanya Bishnoi has walked in, and bottom part of the bat, no real timing. Not a question today except for this one. If you leave this one alone, the way he's plundered runs from the covers region is fascinating, but the credit has to be given to the bowler to slow through the air, to ensure that the batter is not reading him, and they got a wicket. 28 required. We've seen a brief pause in play before Usman Rafiq starts bowling. It is quite concerning that how the field's set up and there's a pause between the gameplay. Can be better, can get going better. The umpires being in place to tell the bowlers that, reminding them about the time. There's a brilliant rule introduced by the Indian Premier League that you'll have to finish the ball, you'll have to finish your inning in a certain limit. Cannot take forever. That has really helped. And this is what the worm looks like, thanks to Naushad Sheikh and his feet. Gave good boundary scoring in the previous over before he went back to rest. Screamed that one. And the over ends. 2 overs for Usman Rafiq, 8 runs that he's given, 2 wickets taken. We are seeing 98 and 4 wickets on our screens.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
What might be the chances? The chances might be bleak. They might be austere for Houston Hurricanes winning this, but 29 runs, defending of 30 balls, the game can still swing away from them. But having the wickets in hand, you can say that Dallas Giants are in a comfortable position and convincingly they're going to win this. This is going to be a mark of disgrace if Dallas Giants are going to lose this because they're very comfortable, and if the boundaries are not coming in, that's one would want to attack right now. The mindset and play with the ego of Shubham Ranjane and Chaitanya Bishnoi. Stop the options. Make sure the batter's coming down, trying to hit you. That's the inside edge. And they'll be coming back. Overthrow. They overthrow. With this overthrow, they also throw one of the parts of their winning chance. And the keeper is not happy and is saying that there is I am and here you can throw. Was a quick run. There's no margin, no line, no space you can make mistake at this point or any point, especially with the fielding. They're looking to come back for the second one. They'll do so. 23 required. This may get interesting as yesterday we've seen everyone come to life. And especially when 13 were required in an over. That's when Harish Kakani came in. He played. He won for his team and he went home. Has timed that nicely. The question is away. Leaving his glares. Does well in the deep. Save 2 more runs. 6 runs already. Hurricanes will win this one. Ali Sheikh changes his bowling action. Looks like maybe we are here to see. Pace is what the umpire had signaled, but a sixer. And that's massive from Chaitanya Bishnoi, who's understanding that they'll have to progress. That's the shot, one knee, slog sweep. Chaitanya Bishnoi gets hold of it. And Dallas Giants closer to a victory. In the way. Two, 2, and 6. 12 runs off this over. Probably another big one coming. Somewhere around, played in that region. Just has to be the third man. No real pace on the deflection. That's the 6 that he hit for. 13 of the over. 16 completed. 111 for 4.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
With Houston Hurricanes is that you can see from the first innings as they've been on the same score 111 in 17 overs, but they lost early wickets, could not hold on to wickets. There's nobody from one side who was taking the charge, who was in charge, saying that how about try to anchor the innings, giving that support to the other batter. There's time being lost. 4 overs and 14. Especially for any of the spectators who are watching, who've come to watch from the Grand Prairie Stadium, might feel might feel that the innings is longing. This is where there's a scope for improvement. The flow, they can continue with that. Somehow he's managed to delve that one out. It was in the block and rightly chiseled it to the boundary. Valuable runs, just getting closer and closer. They're just minutes away from sealing the game off. Just stamping it with the victory of Giants. Apparently they'll do so. Over. Chaitanya Bishnoi, he's been good against spin. We'll take an easy one, just 10 required. We're finishing off, getting close. This has been an easy walk for the Dallas Giants against Houston Hurricanes. No way they were beaten. One game that they've lost, they've come back against this very opponent. This is the third time they're meeting the same team in the Central Division League match. They've gifted 4 points if they manage to win, unless and until someone has a set of plan, ambiguous action, any bowler measures out, that's when the team will only have 2 points, if not 4 points in gift. They're happily accepted by Dallas Giants from Houston Hurricanes. That's played in the air, aerial route taken. Trickling slowly towards victory here. Chaitanya Bishnoi will want to finish in this over. 2 balls remaining, will be a side, but will have to wait a little longer. Will he be able to finish just like Harish Kakani, who did it yesterday? Not when you're in a tight spot, call on Harish Kakani. He tells you how to finish things here. Looks like here Chaitanya Bishnoi will also do so. We've got a competitor for Harish Kakani here. He goes downtown, long on, finishes with 6. Competitor finishing with 6 here. This has been the they're flexing their muscles and showing their skill, their dexterity with what they can. Finished in 17 overs here. Last night we had 2 balls in spare. Xforia Giants winning this again with a big hit. They're nothing short that they wanted to take the game deeper. This big 6 hitting ability tells us that. A crushing defeat from the very same opponents for Houston Hurricanes. Dallas Giants will be happy with 4 points at 13. Here, this is what the scorecard looks like for Gaurav Bajaj, 22, who was looking in fine tune. And then Rahman Dar, a half centurion who scored 2 half centuries, was stumped. And then Matthew Trump taking a good catch. Later on, Naushad Sheikh, who fell to Usman Sheikh. That's the bowling scorecard and the fall of wickets, 25-37 and 74-97. They never really got going. They got a good piece of Matthew Trump, except for that phenomenal wicket what he took outside of. Ali Sheikh, expensive. Hamza Khalid is being taken on, and Sanchit Sandhu from one side he was trying, and Usman Shinwari, the only lone wolf in the pack, that he managed to put some halt for some time longer. But the batters of Dallas Giants were little too crafty and astute to take this victory. That's where 11 runs for Dallas Xforia Giants. They're sitting on the top. That's the summary of the game. He takes on Gaurav Bajaj without wasting any time, would want to utilize the power play, and that's the right approach. For Houston, that's going away. Keeper skips that one, but the deflection did not take it to boundary. A wide plus an extra one that they've run. A stadium to be in, there's a change in the field. That's something good intent from Rahman Dar, that'll fly away for 4 runs. And he slips and misses, but the keeper, all positives. Short of the length, width on offer, he accepts it with both his arms open, and 4 runs. Poor bowling from Matthew Trump. Accelerate here. The ball kept low. That's been put away. Dealt with nice firmness. He's hit that hard. Quite outstanding. And top of middle. And that's bewildering the way Gaurav Bajaj has got his look on the face. Looks like he's seen a ghost. There's the dance from the Trump twins. If not, he might be going. Against Matthew Trump, Naushad Sheikh gets hold of him to get a bet. Australian batter, especially with that, he moved, he got his body in position, and that's 6 run. That's a biggie for, especially with this target. This is something that, this is much better, and they answers with Akashit Gomel. That's obvious, pretty obvious that the fielder was there and he found it right exactly. What a piece of Hamza Khalid, he'll be in action. That's picked up well, really well, and he'll find the gap definitely for 4 runs. Same direction can be used, but this time chips the ball over the infield, and the fielder with a diving effort fails to stop the ball running away into the boundary. A Dil scoop, and that'll go away for 4 from Shubham Ranjan. Different game altogether. In the night, it's played over the head of the bowler. There's a fielder there, and pace is what the umpire had signaled, but a sixer. There's a scope for improvement. The flow, they can continue with that. Somehow he's managed to delve that one out. It was on Harish Kakani. He tells you how to finish things here. Looks like here Chaitanya Bishnoi will also do so. We've got a competitor for Harish Kakani here. He goes.
You're watching the 2024 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Yash Technologies.